one of the largest chains which handled 2 million patients per year. And I had uh, the benefit of being part of a team which was building a telemedicine system for urban hospitals. And the first application where we ran into AI was building a diabetic retinopathy detection system for urban hospitals, which was partially successful and partially did not work to the expectations that they had, because even a 94%, 95% accuracy was not good enough to get rolled out in a hospital setting. And with all the deep neural nets, we are at 97%. But urban hospitals was essentially aiming for trying to get like the perfect form of diabetic retinopathy detection system. So that was one example where AI could help in quick diagnosis of different types of eye problems based on retinal scans. Now, to give a larger rollout of how this actually happened, they have rural clinics where people use fundus cameras, and you could diagnose problems using a nurse in a rural setup and invoke doctors in the main hospital only in specific cases where you can identify patients and deliver most of the care in the rural clinic without having them to travel to the city. And only when it's serious, they could actually handle the patient in the hospital setup. So if people are unaware of urban hospitals, I would greatly encourage people to check them out. A second success story I wanted to talk about was one of the projects I was involved in Pakistan. It will be surprising to hear about an Indian working in a Pakistani setting. But I had the privilege of working with Umar Saif, who was the head of the Punjab IT board in Pakistan. And we rolled out a dengue fever surveillance system in Pakistan, where we could predict dengue fever outbreaks 2 to 3 weeks in advance, based on hotline patterns, based on calling patterns to a hotline. And essentially, the most surprising part of that was the predictive power you could get from hotlines was better than hospital records put together. And this resulted in close to about 1.4 million interventions, of which we were able to show that certain class of interventions had a significant impact in reducing the number of deaths due to dengue. A third interesting case that I wanted to illustrate is, it's really not a success story, but a problem that needs to be solved: onion prices and tomato prices. India is one of the few countries where onion fluctuates by a factor of 3 in 2 weeks. Now, we studied news reports across 15 years in India, trying to figure out what types of factors actually influence onion prices. And across a whole class of events, we were able to find 5 or 6 types of events that really influence onion prices. And the top of them happens to be strikes and riots. So the first thing that people do when they do a strike is they block the highways into the city, and truckers are not able to come into the city. So if there's anything that can be done towards stabilizing food prices, I think that could be a huge deal for this country. Problem four that I wanted to highlight was water. I think we're hitting a point with respect to many cities in India, especially cities like Bangalore, which might be running out of water. And even today I had a conversation with Mom about the Supreme Court verdict on the Kaveri and how it could actually influence 2 states, whether riots might happen and so on. And I think we're hitting a point where water availability, water is going to be much bigger than oil. And if not done correctly with the level of populations we have, water can actually become a very, very, very serious issue. Problem 5 I wanted to illustrate was around traffic. The way India has progressed, especially if I take a city like Chennai that I've lived for many parts of my life, road infrastructure is not increasing at the same capacity with which people have grown. And it takes a lot of infrastructure, and people are building lots and lots of buildings for residents in new areas without even having roads in good places. So one interesting characteristic about India, about roads, is infrastructure builds at a much slower pace than actually people moving into urban areas and settling down. So if there is anything that can be done to improve traffic without having to build too many roads, it is sort of a counter argument in itself. India is a good place to try out such interesting solutions, and I do believe that there could be really innovative traffic management solutions without significant expansions in road capacities. I think there are a bunch of other much bigger problems when you go down into health, agriculture, and so on. In health, I'd like to say, I lost my dad when I was 7, and India has among the highest rate of cardiac problems in the world. India has among the highest rates of diabetic problems in the world, and we need to, if you look at sort of global indices, we are highest ranked among some of these problems, and there are many deaths that are caused due to problems that are very, very solvable. So if there's anything that we can do in these spaces, I think we could have tremendous impact. So with that, I'll stop here, and we can go towards our panel discussion. Thank you.